Welcome. My name is Kayla Barreto, and my husband and I are missionaries in Colombia, South America. And we do videos on missions, ministry, and motherhood. And today I wanted to talk about something that has come up in a lot of our comments and also on Instagram. One of the questions I get most is, how do you guys raise support for full-time missions? Or how do you guys survive? What is your means of making a living as missionaries? And the first thing I will say is that raising support for full-time and short-term missions is a little bit different. So if you are interested in seeing a video on some tips of how to raise money for short-term mission trips, put a comment down below so that I know that you're interested in that, and I'll see what I can do about coming up with some ideas for you guys. But in terms of support raising for a long-term missionary, that's what I want to talk about today. So when my husband and I first got married, we were about 8% funded, I believe. So the funding that we raise is what the ministry or the mission deems a reasonable amount for you to not only live off of personally, but also do ministry. So when we first got married, we were at 8% funded. We had 8% of the funding we needed to live and to do ministry. And so when we first got married, my husband worked a lot and I worked as well. I did some odd jobs teaching English here, and then I also helped with his business. So he was currently working for the family business at that time, and he would work 6 days a week from 8 a.m. till about noon to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Come home, we'd eat lunch, and then we would go out and do ministry from about 4 to 8 p.m. And as we started going, we realized that God was leading us to a lot of youth and kids, but those youth, that age demographic wasn't necessarily available in the evenings. It was really the parents that we were able to meet with, and even then, not very many because they were on the way home from work. And so it was just a really hard time of ministry. Well, as things shifted 3 years later, God has been so good. We are working with a mission called World Reach International, and it is an incredible organization. They have missionaries in multiple countries. There's a link down below to their website if you want to know more about them. But just an incredible mission, and they have really come alongside us and helped us to pray into and seek God's will for ministry here in Colombia. So as we started doing that, we also started raising more support. For us, we have a lot of family and individual supporters and a lot of churches. I think right now we have 5 or 6 churches in the United States that support us. And that tends to be monthly support. So those things come in each month. And we are so very thankful for those churches and those individuals, because honestly, what we do here in Colombia would not be possible without them. This really is a team effort. So whether you pray, whether you give, or whether you go, you are part of ministry. You are part of bringing the gospel to kids and families here in Colombia. And so we are so very grateful for our church partners and for the individuals and families that support us, either on a monthly basis or even on a one-time basis. When you are a full-time missionary, you need support that comes in monthly, because that's what we live off of. We also get one-time donations that we use for like projects and things like that in terms of ministry projects. But in order to live off of, we need funds that come in monthly, and that's how we get that salary. Now, with what we're making, like I said, we're about 30 to 40% funded. That covers personal and ministry. So you can tell there's definitely a gap. So my husband and I, at the moment, we still work on the side, a secular job. And I guess we're considered kind of like Paul in the Bible, of tent makers. We are working in order to do ministry. And as God provides more and more support, and as God leads us, we are slowly getting rid of some of that extra work and focusing more on ministry. I would say right now we are about 80% focused on ministry. And I apologize if you guys can hear the rain, but I've been trying to film this video all day, and there have been people cutting the grass and weed whacking, and my daughter was awake. She finally went to sleep. So this is the time I've got. So if you guys can hear the rain in the background, it's just a beautiful ambient noise. And if not, wonderful. But anyway, so we are about 30-40% funded and we still work on the side. So what we do now, we no longer work 6 days a week, praise the Lord. My husband probably works it's usually about 1 day, possibly 2 days a week, depending on the season and the orders that come in. But he buys and resells clothing and hats. And so what he does is he'll go to the center of the city to downtown and he'll get the merchandise and then he resells it at a higher cost to smaller shops throughout the city. And so usually he can do the trip to the center of the city on 1 day, and then we've got merchandise for that whole month, and then he just goes out and resells throughout the month every once in a while when we get orders. So today he's actually out picking up hats. We are all out of hats and we're actually all out of clothing as well, but we are working on getting that stuff in. And so right now he's out picking up a load of hats, and throughout the next couple of weeks, he will be delivering those to various sites, to various stores within Bogota. And then I make jewelry. So today I'm actually sitting down with the holidays coming up. I have gotten 2 large orders for earrings. So I need to make 200 pairs of earrings, and I sell them for 1,500 pesos, which is a little less than 50 cents. It's about 40 cents a pair. And today I've made about 15, 20 pairs that I've got hanging on this tree. And if I fill each hole, because I put 1 pair per hole, I'll have about 80 pairs of earrings. So I need to make more than that. And then what I do, so I'll kind of show you the step process. This is one that I've got started, and I beat it. I use the pliers to cut it, and then I think, where's this one? And then I thread it onto the ear part, and so this will eventually be a full pair. But I threaded it onto the ear part, and then after I've got those done, I've actually got printed, it's called Gavi Creations. And so I've actually got printed little papers and I thread them through. They're made of, I'm trying to think, what is acero in English? And steel. They're stainless steel, so they don't infect or bother ears. And then I package them. These are little sticky packages, and this is a full set. So I've currently got all of these made. I think there's 40 pairs in this box, and normally I sell them for 3,000 a pair. Normally I sell them for just under $1, but because it's a bulk order, I sell them for 100 or 1,500 a pair. And so I'll show you guys just a little idea of some of the ones that I make in just a second. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing today. I am currently working while my sweet Eliana is asleep and getting some earrings made to help support us as we are missionaries. One order of 150 pairs of earrings. Filming today is not gonna be a thing. Oh, yeah? Yeah? What you thinking? Did you just want to see Mama? Do you see your other froggy? Hippity hoppity, hippity hoppity, hippity hoppity, boop. You're not gonna let Mommy film it all today, are you? No. That's okay. You're more important. Did you know that? Did you know that? You're way more important. Do you know how much Mommy loves you? Hmm?